America's icon, the world-famous Statue of Liberty. This statue, which is known by almost everyone, had a normal story until 2004. Turkish historian Murat Bardaki wrote that this statue was commissioned by Ottoman Sultan Abdulaziz Han to be placed in Egypt, which was Ottoman territory at the time. The event became a little more complicated when some local and foreign historians confirmed this. So was the Statue of Liberty built for the Ottoman Empire? It was 1854. With the joint efforts of the Ottoman Empire and France, the idea of the canal that would connect the Mediterranean to the Red Sea was put forward. Said Pasha, the governor of Egypt at the time, had a French engineer, Ferdinand de Lesseps, prepare the project immediately and presented it to the Sultan. However, the opening of this canal threatened England's interests. Therefore, there was great pressure from Britain on Sultan Abdülmecid not to approve the project, and the Sultan had to suspend the canal project. Over the years, while the project was on hold, both Abdülmecid Khan and Said Pasha, the governor of Egypt, passed away. Abdulaziz Khan, who ascended to the throne after Abdülmecid Khan, attached great importance to maritime and trade. Knowing that this project would bring a completely different strategic importance to Egypt, he authorized the opening of the canal with an edict issued on March 19, 1866. There was an interesting clause in the agreement, which had been made 12 years earlier. A giant statue was to be erected at the opening of the canal to the Mediterranean Sea. It was decided that this statue would be an Egyptian woman farmer, dressed in the clothes of ancient Egyptian pharaohs, with a torch in her hand symbolizing the light of Asia. Abdulaziz had already started paying France for both the opening of the canal and the construction of this statue. The sculpture was immediately commissioned by Frederick Auguste Bartholdi, one of France's most famous sculptors. Within a few years, the statue was completed in pieces to be assembled in Egypt and was ready to be shipped to Egypt. However, Ismail Pasha, who became governor of Egypt after Said Pasha's death, thought that such a large statue would not be welcomed in a Muslim country and that it might be idolized in the future. So he instructed engineer Ferdinand de Lesseps that he did not want the statue and that it should not be brought to Egypt. As a matter of fact, in November 1869, the canal was opened with a very big ceremony without the statue. The statue was forgotten and left to its fate in a warehouse in Paris. About 15 years passed. Diplomatic relations between France and America were very good at that time. They exchanged gifts and gestures in their mutual interests. In honor of America's centenary founding, 10 years late, France wanted to send a large monumental sculpture to America as a gesture of friendship that would always be remembered. The order was given to Bartholdi again. In fact, Bartholdi already had a huge statue just as they wanted. Upon receiving this order, Bartholdi unearthed the statue prepared for Ottoman Empire. He changed its left arm and added an address to its hand. At the same time, he changed the face of the statue, which had facial features of an Egyptian woman, by engraving the face of his mother onto it. After such small retouches, he made the sculpture ready in a short time. After 4 months of installation work, the statue was erected at the harbor entrance of New York City, called Liberty Island, and inaugurated on October 28, 1886. Today, the Statue of Liberty, which fascinates with its magnificent beauty, is on UNESCO's World Cultural Heritage List. Millions of tourists come to the region every year to see and walk around the statue. The torch that Ottoman Sultan Abdulaziz wanted to represent the light of Asia has been representing the freedom of America since 1886. While some historians around the world flatly deny this event, others claim that it actually happened. The issue is waiting to be enlightened in the dusty pages of history with new research in the coming years.